Hi, welcome to Jen's Daily Dish, where I bake things on camera for the very first time so you can bake along with me and learn from my mistakes. Today we're making a ding-dong cake. Yes, that's right, a cake that will be just like a ding-dong. For those who don't know what a ding-dong cake is, well, one, you've been missing out. Two, it is a chocolate cake covered with a thin piece of chocolate. And then inside, you'll see there is this frosting. It's like vanilla frosting, but not really. What is part of this recipe is something called ermine frosting. E-R-M-I-N-E, ermine. Yes, ermine frosting is also called boiled milk frosting, which doesn't sound very good, or flour frosting. Also not so sure about that. The bottom line is flour is used as a thickening agent in the frosting itself. So it is a less sweet buttercream frosting, a way to go if you want to use eggs in your frosting. We're gonna try it. Have I made it before? No, of course not, because I'm making it for the first time right now. A while ago, someone had challenged me with this song, and this is the perfect place to use it. Ding dong, we're making cake, an ermine cake, a chocolate cake. Ding dong, add ganache on top. Yeah, that fits, right? Ding dongs for the ding dong cake, get it? First things first, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. The second thing you want to do is get 2 cake pans ready to go. I've sprayed them, even though they're nonstick. I put parchment paper down. They are ready to go. Vegetable oil, warm coffee, eggs, vanilla, whisk together, flour, sugar, powder, baking soda, baking powder, salt. Whisk until combined. Add in the dry ingredients. Gently whisk together. Fill your 2 pans about as evenly as you can into the oven for 30 to 35 minutes. Until the toothpick comes out clean and the center is a little spongy, bounces back a little bit. Time's up, let's check them. See if they spring back. They do. Let's do that toothpick test. Comes out clean, let's take them out. Let them cool in the pan for 10 minutes before we invert them and let them fully cool to room temperature. See if I can do this. Ooh, comes right out. Look at that. As easy as cake. Let them cool completely at this point. We can go on to make the rest of the frosting. Time for the frosting. Medium heat. Add your flour, sugar, milk. Whisk constantly for about 10 minutes until it has a thick pudding-like consistency. We are there. Let's take it off the heat. Let's pour it into a heat-proof bowl. Look at that, pudding-like, nice and thick. Cover the top of the pudding with some plastic wrap so that it doesn't form a layer on top and that it just stays nice and soft. So put that right on top. Into the refrigerator for 40 minutes. This is the first part of making that flour frosting, the ermine frosting. Add in your butter. Beat for 8 minutes by itself until it is light and fluffy. First, I want you to notice the color of the butter, how it got much lighter after being beaten for that 8 minutes. Now add that flour mixture, that pudding-like part to make the flour frosting, the ermine frosting. Add it in like a little bit at a time, and we're gonna mix it around. Add another scoop. And the last one. Add your vanilla and a little bit of salt. Beat on medium-high with a paddle attachment for about 10 to 13 minutes until smooth and fluffy. Heavy cream, which we're going to heat up for about 1.5 minutes. We want it steaming, not boiling. Pour the hot cream over some semi-sweet chocolate. And let it sit here for a little bit. Whisk together. Set to the side to completely cool, and then we're going to assemble the cake. Just to keep things really flat as possible, I'm going to go ahead and cut into this cake a little bit. Okay, in layers, and we're just going to get one first layer down. We are going to spread the ermine frosting. To get it as flat as you possibly can. This is not my forte, but you know, we're working on it. Take your other cake layer, flip it, and place it on top. After being in the fridge for 30 minutes, this is firm. Interesting. Go ahead and start pouring the ganache in the middle, and we're going to use an offset spatula so that it starts to kind of like go down on the edges. Let the cake chill in the refrigerator for an hour so that that ganache can form that layer that it needs to make. Look at this ding-dong cake! Despite my terrible frosting job, that chocolate ganache is sitting very nicely on the top. Just be sure when you're making it that the ermine frosting goes all the way to that back edge. But it's always about the taste, so let's dig in. This is a great cake. A great cake. There may have been a few different steps, but overall it wasn't too bad, and you saw the mistakes that I made, and it still came out looking like this. If I can make a ding-dong cake for the very first time with you watching me every step of the way, you can too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep those song requests coming, and don't forget to check me out on Instagram for so much more.